You won't believe it, but this beautiful 9-year-old girl is secretly a cold-blooded killer responsible for 5 murders, and the most terrifying part is that she eventually manages to escape punishment completely. The girl's name is Emma, and the first time she killed someone it was simply because of a medal. She pushed her classmate off a cliff without hesitation. When a teacher later discovered suspicious clues, Emma acted again and cleverly staged a perfect traffic accident that caused the teacher's death on the spot. After noticing something strange about his daughter, her father arranged for her to see a psychologist, but Emma's extraordinary intelligence and flawless acting easily fooled the doctor. Later, when the family nanny discovered Emma's crimes, Emma tricked her into the basement and burned her alive. To make sure her secrets would never be exposed, Emma even killed her own father. In the end, she managed to deceive everyone perfectly, making people believe that she was actually the victim. On the surface, Emma looks like an angel and is known by everyone as a genius child, scoring perfect grades in every subject and covering an entire wall with awards and medals. One day, a large wasp flew into the classroom and the other students screamed in fear, but Emma calmly trapped it with a glass, sealed the top with paper, and safely released it outside. The way she handled the situation seemed far beyond what you would expect from a 9-year-old girl. Emma was the kind of child parents always described as the perfect kid, but inside she was nothing like the sweet image she showed the world. She once watched her own cat drown in a pond without showing the slightest emotion, only telling her father after the animal was completely lifeless. At school, when her desk mate once complimented another student's watch, Emma deliberately tripped her, then pretended to help her up in front of everyone. What no one realized was that she had secretly stolen the watch during the moment of confusion. Every month on the 15th, Emma would dress up carefully because she was attending an award ceremony. Ever since she was young, whenever she competed for a prize, no one else ever won, but this time the medal was given to her desk mate instead. Emma lowered her head quietly, clearly calculating something in her mind. After the ceremony, her father spoke with the teacher about Emma's recent behavior, and when the conversation ended, he seemed deep in thought. Worried that his daughter might feel upset about losing the award, he tried to comfort her, but Emma calmly replied that they were friends and it didn't matter who received the medal. Her mature and understanding attitude made her seem even more lovable. However, while the adults were busy talking, Emma quietly led her classmate to the edge of a cliff and pushed her down. Moments later she returned as if nothing had happened and continued chatting with the adults, her acting completely flawless. Soon after, the girl's body was discovered among the rocks below with no signs of life, and Emma's performance showed no cracks at all. Strangely, the gold medal that had been around the girl's neck had disappeared. After killing her classmate, 9-year-old Emma cried harder than anyone else at the funeral, because maintaining her perfect image was extremely important. Emma's disturbing personality had been shaped by her family situation. Her mother died when Emma was born, and her father David was always busy with work, often leaving her alone at home. To help take care of her, David hired a nanny. On the surface, they behaved politely toward each other, but deep down, they both disliked one another. One night, Emma saw the nanny secretly stealing David's medication, and she used this discovery to blackmail the nanny, forcing her to obey every order she gave. The next day, a teacher came to investigate the reason behind Emma's classmate's death, because several students claimed that the last person seen with the girl before she died was Emma. Emma, feeling guilty and afraid that the teacher might continue the investigation, decided to interrupt the conversation by deliberately knocking over a jar and injuring herself while David was bandaging her wound. He gently asked if she had seen anything on the day her classmate died. The moment Emma heard the question, she immediately began acting, denying everything with convincing emotion. When David mentioned that another student claimed Emma had been with the girl, Emma quickly insisted that the girl was lying because she hated her and had never liked her. Meanwhile, the nanny had already started suspecting that Emma might be the killer after witnessing her strange behavior with the broken jar. To test her, the nanny tried to scare Emma by saying that if someone died mysteriously, the police would eventually find the murderer. Emma was genuinely frightened by this, and to eliminate the teacher who might expose her, she secretly placed a wasp wasp nest inside the teacher's car. While Emma was busy planting the nest, the nanny searched Emma's room and discovered the missing medal. She then quietly placed it on David's bedside table so he would notice it. When Emma realized what had happened, she rushed into her father's room to secretly take the medal back, but David saw everything through the mirror. Emma instantly switched tactics and claimed that the medal had been borrowed from her classmate during a game. Believing her story, David decided to personally return the medal to the girl's family. However, they heard the shocking news that the teacher had died in a car accident caused by a swarm of wasps. Sitting nearby, Emma struggled to hide her excitement. After returning home, David noticed that the wasp nest from their house was missing, and for the first time, he began to suspect that the two deaths might somehow be connected to his daughter, thinking that if she had truly done something terrible it might be because of a psychological problem. David arranged for Emma to meet with a psychologist, but during the session Emma appeared cheerful and perfectly normal, easily convincing the doctor that nothing was wrong with her. Later that night, the nanny tried to threaten Emma again, claiming she knew everything Emma had done and warning that if Emma didn't obey her she would tell the police. The nanny even said she planned to marry David and become Emma's stepmother. Emma hated that idea and went to ask her father about it, but David ignored her and left the house, confident that she had complete control over the situation. The nanny believed she had won the battle against the 9-year-old girl, but that same night Emma disappeared again. When the nanny went searching for her and entered the basement, the door suddenly slammed shut, trapping her inside. Emma then poured gasoline from outside and set the basement on fire, burning the nanny alive. When David returned home later, the police had not yet determined the exact cause of the fire, but Emma confidently claimed the nanny must have started it by smoking. After 3 mysterious deaths, David became even more convinced that his daughter was somehow responsible. Late that night, he confronted Emma and gently tried to get the truth from her. After a long conversation, Emma finally confessed everything she had done. David was completely devastated and couldn't believe that the sweet little girl he loved was capable of such horrifying crimes. He struggled with the decision of whether to turn his own daughter over to the police. He didn't want her to suffer in prison, but he also couldn't bring himself to harm her. Emma carefully observed her father's inner conflict. That same night, she quietly locked all the doors and windows in the house and turned on the gas, planning to kill him. Then she calmly walked to the nearby lake and waited. Fortunately, David was a light sleeper and soon sensed that something was wrong. He woke up just in time to shut off the gas and rushed outside, where he found Emma standing by the lake. After this terrifying incident, David made a desperate decision to kill Emma to stop her from hurting anyone else. Before going to bed, he shared a glass of warm water with her, and soon both of them fell asleep. But moments later, Emma suddenly opened her eyes, got up quietly, and approached her father with a gun, planning to kill him and stage the scene as a suicide. However, because she was still just a child, her first shot missed, the bullet passing right by David's ear. The noise instantly woke him up. Realizing she had lost her chance to kill him, Emma quickly changed her strategy. She grabbed her father's phone, called the police, and then locked herself inside the bathroom. When David kicked the door open and raised his gun to end everything, a neighbor who had heard the commotion arrived with a hunting rifle. Thanks to Emma's Oscar-level acting, the neighbor believed she was the victim and shot David dead on the spot, completing what might be the most perfectly executed murder of all. With David's death, all the terrible events were effectively buried and covered up. Soon after, the police and Emma's aunt arrived at the scene, and once again Emma delivered the performance of a lifetime, convincing everyone that she was nothing more than an innocent victim. One of the most brilliant aspects of the film is that evil is never shown openly on the surface. Emma is not portrayed as a monster from the start. Instead, her obsession and coldness seem deeply connected to the absence and emotional gaps within her family. Her mother died when she was born, and although her father loved her, he never truly understood her. Without anyone guiding her, growing psychological imbalance, the darkness inside her was allowed to grow unnoticed, like a dangerous seed quietly spreading beneath the soil. The young actress who plays Emma delivers an extraordinary performance, using subtle expressions and powerful eye movements to bring the character to life. Her sweet, angelic appearance contrasts sharply with the sinister thoughts hidden inside her mind, creating a chilling effect that makes viewers both fascinated and terrified. In the final moment, Emma continues perfecting her ability to manipulate others, mastering the art of hiding her true intentions while appearing harmless. Her schemes become even more calculated and dangerous, almost like a textbook example of manipulation and psychological deception.